Hello, everyone, Ironum listeners. Welcome back to another episode of I Random Talks, the podcast where we get down with the random topics and, of course, with the coolest guests ever. I'm your host back again. This is Ira, and today we are diving into a truly special guest because I vividly remember there was a lead conversation I had with my online friends just a week ago. Well, it was so mind blowing that I couldn't resist to bring them on the show. Yes, that's right. So, for the first time ever, I'm having my two incredible friends as my guests today. So, I've extended the invitation not only one but two guests. So, yeah, with the topic that we're going to discuss about embracing discomfort to find comfort. So, we're going to dive deep with the concept from various perspectives, and each guest bring their unique experience and, of course, with their insight to the table. So, without any further ado, let's get started and please welcome to the show Mike and also Alif. Hello, Mike. Hi, Mike. First of all, I'm going to say hi to Mike. Hi, Mike.
Oh, hi, Ira. Very nice, right? Very nice to meet you. I'm very pleasant to being here. I'm Mike, and I'm from Medan. By the way, guys, I and Ira and Liv, we met like maybe a weeks ago in an online platform. So yeah, so here I am in Ira podcast. So very nice to having you all here in this podcast.
Yeah, I'm so happy to that I could bring you on this show, Mike, because I vividly remember like we had really amazing discussion on free flow talk. So that's why I'm very eager to invite you to here to my podcast. So thank you so much, Mike, for joining with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. So guys, I told you before, I don't only bring one guest, but I also bring one guest as well. Like I bring two guests at the same time. So here I have Leaf. Hello, Leaf.
Hi, hello. Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited for sharing things. And yeah, actually, this is my first time joining podcast. So yeah, I hope that everything goes well. Yeah. By the way, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good today. What about you?
Yeah, oh my God, it's so exciting to be here. Thank you so much for inviting.
Yeah, so like for your information, guys, like we met on Freefall Talk like a week ago, and we also had a great discussion on there. So like maybe come like, can you please tell us about how do we met and how we decided to like started making this podcast today?
Yeah, so at first, I make a random group in River Talk, and these girls coming to my room, very exciting to telling their argument, and then we're discussing about a really spicy topic, and then we have a spicy discussion for a 3 hours talk, and we actually didn't know that Ira have a podcast, so we came out with an idea. So why don't we really talking in the podcast? So yeah, we ended up here in Ira podcast.
Yeah. So I'm actually it's like kind of unexpected. Like you guys will be down to joining with me in my podcast. Like I never expected that because like I thought you're going to reject my invitation for having you in my podcast. So what about Khalif? Khalif, how does that feel to be on this podcast?
Wow, actually, it's kind of like mixed feelings because it's my first time actually, and I kind of nervous and I'm afraid to whatever things that I'm going to say, but at the same times I'm really excited, and yeah, I think it's very new things for me to try. So yeah, I feel so grateful to come here actually.
Yeah, so as you guys know, like this is the first time ever I'm inviting two guests at the same time because I usually invite only one person, like one guest to my podcast, and we're talking about like a topic that maybe intrigue you to discuss. But today I bring two guests at the same time, so I feel really relieved because finally I could get out from my comfort zone. It's actually related to our topic today. What we're going to discuss, guys, today? Come, Mike, can you tell us?
Yes, like first I just want to congratulate Ira for for making a new chapter in this podcast.
Yeah,
For
wow.
for really new challenge, having two guests in the podcast. I know this is very difficult, right? Very, very difficult and challenging. And you actually made it. You nailed it. And give applause to Ira. um,
Wow,
ooh.
you're so cool. Taking steps
Yeah, I'm not,
forward.
I couldn't do this without both of you guys. So yeah, so I'm basically afraid of get rejection from people that I invited to my parties, because sometimes, like, I don't say sometimes, but multiple times I invited some of my friends to join my parties, but they were rejecting me. And yeah, you know what does the feel when you get rejected from your friend, from the one that you already trust? Like, yeah, it was so sad. It was so pity to feel that. So yeah, we're going to talking about how to get out of comfort zone, how to find comfort, a discomfort to comfort. Maybe I would like to ask from both of you. Maybe first I would like to ask Kamike. Kamike, what do you think about comfort zone? What exactly is comfort zone?
Comfort zone is a place where you actually can grow yourself because like discomfort just comes from like your overthinking, right? Actually, like first Ira told me that you scared being rejected and then like many more things. And this is really avoiding people for like growing, for trying. Without trying, we wouldn't get the things that we want actually. So comfort zone is a place where people are lazy and scared and feel safe and just don't want to try. So that's for me.
Okay, that's very awesome. From like opinion from Kamike. So maybe now I would like to hear from Khalif. Hello, Khalif.
Hi, okay. For me, comfort zone is, as the name is zone, it doesn't necessarily means it's a literal places, but actually it's a psychological state where we, in our comfort zones, we feel safe, we feel familiar, things are going under our control and then we feel secure, and it's often associated with routines, like we do it automatically with low stress. So yeah, actually comfort zone is keeping us from the fear of unknown that we usually scare of. Yeah.
Okay, that's absolutely true. I agree with Khalif said before, because I feel also like people who always stay in their comfort zone, they basically avoid feelings of anxiety and also stress and pain, because anything outside anything outside the comfort zone creates uncertainty. And you know what? People don't like uncertainty. They love the certainty. And uncertainty makes us feel anxious. Naturally, human beings, we are feel weird to avoid those feelings. So this makes us feel reluctant to leave our comfort zone, right? So come like why do people find so comfort in this zone? Why do they feel so comfort?
Why do people feel so comfort? Because they feel they are very okay with their life, like with the salary that they have, with the education that they receive, with anything that they receive. They feel like it's just okay. They don't want to get like something higher than that. Like when we want to get something higher, there's gonna be like more risks, like high risk, high return. That's like something that we always hear about in our society. So people are very scared to get those kind of risks. So being so safe with being so comfort with what actually they have with their life.
Okay, wow, that's very powerful, Kamai. Okay, what about Khalif? Khalif.
Why people mostly like comfort, as I say that comfort zone is providing a security and well, actually in my opinion comfort zone is necessary, it's needed because we have to have a comfort zone to our mental stability, and well, mostly because of the comfort zone provides all we need, and it feels like we have a control of what we're doing, right? So we will have a low stress, and then we feel like we're going to able to do anything, because it's comfortable with us. It's we used to do it. I mean, we used to do things that makes us comfortable. So that's why people are so hard to leave the zone. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Again, so powerful from Kaliba again. And I'd like to ask you guys from your opinion about what are the benefits of staying with the comfort zone, and how does it provide a sense of security, because we feel very secure in this zone. How does that provide a sense of security?
Yes, as Liv have mentioned that like comfort zone just providing like mental stability for us because there is no risk at all of life. Like you just do all things, the same things, again and again. Like your day just very stable, and you don't really have a sense of something or dangers for yourself. It's like I do believe it's really relate with our condition in Indonesia. Like why countries are very developed because developed like South Korea because they are got threat from North Korea. Like Israel very developed because they are got like so much distraction from other countries. But how about Indonesia? Indonesia are very safe. That's Indonesia living with their comfort zone. I mean that's really common things that we see about comfort zone, like stable things, just not making everything growing.
Okay, all right, I love that. So basically, like just come like I said before, what makes you comfortable can ruin you, and what makes you uncomfortable is the only way to make you grow. I guess like that. So what about Khalif? How do you think about this? Like, what are the benefits of staying within the comfort zone, and how does that feel
Mhm.
sense of security in this?
Because, well, yeah, based on what Mike says, that uh, comfort zone is often kill us if we stay too long, of course. But the benefits is like, um, so imagine that we are in the unknown places, and then imagine that we are often facing so many things happened, bad of mostly, and then we have to have like home for us. So that's why we come back to our comfort zone, we come back to our home. That's our comfort zone. And then that's the importance of the comfort zone. But we have to remember that it's not too good to stay too long in the comfort zone. We have to expand the comfort zone itself, because I have an experience regarding to this. So I was so comfortable being in my situation at the time when I didn't have to do so much things, didn't have responsibility. I just studying, and then um, after that, after I feel this sense of being comfortable, I become so lazy to upgrade it myself. I mean, even the smallest things, even when for example, that I used to take a walk, every week. It's not even every day, but I used to walk every weekend. But when I very very comfortable in my comfort zone, I cannot even taking a walk. The comfort zone is like shrinking. The comfort zone is shrinking. So you know what I mean? Like um, things that usually are not taking so much energy to do it, it's becoming so hard to do. That's it. That's when we are, so long, taking so long in our comfort zone. So yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Even Khalif mentioned about her personal experiences. So, okay, now without any further, just like we got into the topic that we are going to share about your experience. I would like to hear from your experience, guys, and how you're going to stepping out of your comfort zone, and how does that lead to the significant personal development, like to yourself. So maybe I would like to hear from Mike. Can you share with me? Can you share to the listener today your real life example? How did you stepping out of your comfort zone, and finally that you can get out from that?
Okay, so at first I used to be like a very lazy kid. Like especially during the COVID-19, we are like disabled to go anywhere. We just only stay at home and we're just utilizing phones that much and there's no activities that we can do, just only playing phones. I'm so very lazy. I'm not doing sports at all. I'm just like not study that much, and I realized that this is my comfort zone after I see my kids, my peers, the same age like me. They get so much achievement. They're winning debating competition, they're winning like sport competition, and like they are really well achieved because of what? Because they work very hard, because they study very hard. And compared to me at the moment, I spending my time with just sleeping, playing phones, and like playing games. Like we don't really know what is the benefit. Like yeah, I know what is one benefit that I got from my comfort zone. I broke my eyes. I not used to wear I used to not wear glasses, but now I wear glasses because I'm using phones that much, guys. So that's like the detrimental effect of
Oh
this
my god.
of this
Wow.
laziness. Finally, again, I just oh my Mike, wake up! Like you need to be great. I know that you can do it. Like I start by do exercising. I woke in the morning, I do exercising, and I feel like there's a benefit that I got from like doing something new. I know I'm very lazy. Oh my god, I'm so lazy to do walking, but I just yeah, Mike, no lazy today. Just give a try for one morning walk and I start to run and it's just giving me more positive effect on my body and I start to study more and I start also learning English. My English is not that good, guys, before COVID-19, but after I speak to a lot of people with a very supportive community that make me always speak every day during the COVID-19 that make my English very fluent today. And this also make me also learning new things about what I don't know, and I'm joining debating competition, all competition held in online. Sometimes I win, sometimes I'm not. So if I just don't really get out from my comfort zone, I will just stay in the trap of stupidity. I won't develop that much like today I won't be like getting the first rank in my class. I won't winning a debating competition and doing achieving more greatest things. So yeah, that's what I got recently after getting out from my comfort zone.
Okay, well, that's very insightful, Carmike. So, Carmike, what something that really motivates you to get out from your comfort zone, that so you could finally, feel free and not stuck in the comfort zone? What makes you want to do that?
Oh, I told you guys, I just met a peers like same age like me who are very smart on the social media, like content creator, very beautiful, and oh my god, should I mention this in this podcast? Yeah, but I I adore her so much because of her uh her nerd, her beauty, and her talent. This is really motivate me. Like she's like the same age like me. Why I can do it? Like why I can do it? I talented. I talented enough for achieving more greater things. Like my peers around me that are having more achievement than me motivates me to getting out from my comfort zone. So social media also taking part of my journey of my life, Ira and Oliva.
Okay,
Oh,
it's very
is it like
insightful.
FOMO? Like, is it like FOMO, fear of moving forward, fear of moving, fear of missing out, fear of missing out? Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Sometimes like FOMO is also really nice, right? Like it's giving a positive things if you do it in the right way, in the right amount of FOMO that you give.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. So yeah, what about Khalif? I would like to hear that, Khalif.
Um, Okay, so we just heard about the amazing experience that Mike have. He really take a big step of that. So here I'm just going to share my experience. It's not really like very extraordinary. It's opposite of that. It's really ordinary. So the things that I do to actually escape the comfort zone is just start by waking up early. It's you know the comfortness when you staying up in your bed, instead of waking up. So you guys can imagine, right? In the morning you feel sleepy, and then the blanket and pillow and the bed is really inviting us to sleep again. And what we do next, I mean, the discomfort that we choose that day is to waking up and then to take a shower or to having an exercise. So that's the little things that I've been trying to do to escape a comfort zone. And also the things right now is recently I start to have a healthy eating lifestyle, like eating lots of fruits and vegetable instead of like junk food like that, where I so much like junk food compared to the vegetables. But yeah, I think starting by the small steps for me, daily life. For me, doing small steps is to make a bigger impact.
Okay, I love that. So like start from simple things, right, Khalif?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. The things are just like
Try not to sleep.
oh, okay. Just try from like waking up more early than before.
Don't sleep again, guys. Don't sleep again when you already get up in the morning and then you feel like you're going to sleep again. Don't do that.
Oh, morning person.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, okay, all right. After hearing from both of you experiences, like it's just kind of like reminding of myself as well. So, of course, like every single person has like experience when they feel really stuck in their comfort zone, and it's very hard for them like to get out from their comfort zone. So I also found that a lot of time, multiple times, even just like couple days ago to even today, I feel like that. So I think just like it's just like yourself, just it's just like the key is yourself to how you're going to forcing yourself to get out from your comfort zone, because nobody would be boosting you up, nobody would be telling you get out. Like it's like yourself is like depends on you, depends on your decision. So yeah. So okay, I think like in your experiences when you're trying to get out from your comfort zone, guys, so you probably having a lot of fear as well. So I'm going to talk about the fears of people who get out from their comfort zone, because like I bet that there also like some of fear that we're stepping into uncomfortable zone, because we all have this kind of fear as well. Like we're really fear to leaving from our comfort zone, because we fear to get uncertainty, unexpected like result would be happen. So I would like to ask first from Mike. Mike, what are the common fears that prevent individual from leaving their comfort zone, and like what some of the common fears that hold people back from leaving their comfort zone, and why does this fear arise? Like what does fear arise in this?
Oh, yes. I mean, I guess the only biggest fears of people for getting out from their comfort zone is to fail. Like they feel very scared. They are fear or to make it fail. They they feel scared for the people judgment of them. They feel scared of like what people gonna say if I fail to try. So this is always preventing the people for keep trying new things from the era.
Okay, wow. Yeah, I love that comic. I really love that, because I think for instance, like you guys probably hesitate to pursue different career paths that you usually had because of fear of failure, because we're afraid with the unpredictable result, because we didn't know what's gonna be happen, because we're trying to explore the new things that we never tried before. So yeah, I agree with Kam I just mentioned before. So what about Khalif? Maybe Khalif has a different opinion.
Mm, well, most of the things already been said by Mike, but I just want to add these things. Most of people restrain themselves for coming going out from their comfort zone is because they're thinking too much. They're thinking too much about anything that maybe didn't even happen, didn't, just possibly happen, but it doesn't mean that it will be happen, right? So they think too much, and then after that they will create their own fears. They created their own sense of, oh my god, maybe people will judge me, blah blah blah. But we don't know, what if people didn't even judge us, right? So and then because of the thinking, because they overthink, it will restrain us from the possibility, all the good possibilities. So we kind of like blocking ourselves. We kind of like having a self negativity towards ourselves and towards the things or about the action that we wanted to do. So yeah, I think the most like the biggest part of like overthink. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Oliva.
Yes.
Like people don't really understand like their value. That's why they are like kind of like overthinking about the result. They don't really
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
understand what they have in their mind
Yeah.
because
Just
they
try
feel
it,
scared to
guys.
judge from the people, right?
hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a really great point from Khalif and also Kamike. Alright. Okay. Just like it's yeah, it's very perfect combination like from both of your opinion. Okay. Like
Oh
thinking
my
too
god.
much, overthinking, that's something that wouldn't even happen yet, and also like we predicted a lot of things, even it's not happened yet. We just really care about people's opinion as well, and also we basically create our own fears because we're thinking too
Mhm.
much, and also we're afraid of failure. So that's why it's hold people back from get out from their comfort zone, right? Is that right? That yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes, right. You're very right.
Yeah, because in comfort zone, everything is predictable. We can predict what will happen if we are still in comfort zone. What about like out of comfort zone? We don't know what's gonna be happen, right? For example, you know exactly what happened when you take the same road to work every day. For example, you go to the school and there's like two routes in there, but you only take like the routes on the left. We never you never take the route on the right. You never know what's gonna be happening there because we never try to take like another route. It's like same with us right now. For instance, like you guys has like some passion in, for example, like me. I'm actually never expect that I'm going to like create my own podcast because I usually listening to people podcasts because like I feel it's really comfort because I could just listen. I don't have to like thinking about what should I topic, what kind of topic should I discuss to my friends. And I'm afraid we'd get rejection from people with that
Mhm.
I'm going to invite them. So I'm really afraid with that. Now I'm get out from my comfort zone, and I felt okay. This is how I feel when I get rejection from people when they don't want to be in my podcast. Oh, this is what I felt. So it's actually not that really bad with my expectation before, because my expectation I would be sad
Oh my.
like for 7 days
Mhm.
in a row, like. But it's actually not be like that. So yeah.
Yes, yes, that's a really, really great point. Like I I do things that actually the real things that like the reality it's not that scary, after we actually living it inside of things that we created in our own head. Yeah, that's
Yes,
very
and I'm very
inspirational, right?
proud with yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I'm very proud with Ira that she's starting to accepting about all consequences, all the things that might be happen if starting a new things.
Yes, I love that comment. Accepting the thing that would be happen, right? I love that. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. So, but I think not everybody could accept that because it was very hard. Maybe at the very beginning, at the very first time when it happened to you, it hit you so bad. Like, oh my god, I'm very bad. Why does this happen to me? Like, we can have like a lot of questions in our head, like top of our head. But you know what? As the time goes by, it was just like we just let it go. It's like, okay, like another day get rejection from people, another day get rejection from like this, like this. So yeah, we're just taking it easy.
Oh yeah, I actually very curious about this. Like, is I think like I'm really sure that there's a lot of people actually wanted to start their own podcast, and with their job, with their negativity towards themselves, and then they restrain themselves, not creating their own podcast. And here you are creating your own podcast, and um, like, can you share like the first time you creating the podcast, the first episode, and then how people react to it, and then how it's different from what you think, like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow, this is very interesting thought. It's an interesting question, stuff. Yeah. So you know what? I always had this feeling that I really wanted. I always had this hope that I really wanted to have my own podcast because I started 2021. Like I really love listening to like one of my favorite podcaster was Emma Chamberlain because like I always listening to her podcast like every single day when I make my breakfast or whenever I was driving. So I listening to her podcast. I was thinking like, oh, should I start my own podcast? And but I would like to talk that in English. I would like to talk in English. I don't want to talk in Bahasa Indonesia because I want to see how is my progress in English. Like as the time goes by, every single month, I would like to see that from making podcasts. So this is like recorded my own journey of learning English by doing podcasts. So yeah, at the very beginning, I started my podcast, but it was private. I never shared to people. I'm the only one who listened to my podcast. So it was very crazy, like to thinking back that, like, what did I do that? But I think from that thing that I've like started to create my own podcast, and I privately, really share to people. So I'm the only one listening to it. I feel like why did afraid to share to people? Why did I try to like sharing to people, like people could listen to it, maybe they could take away something from even just one people would be listening to it? Why did I try that? Why I'm afraid to do that? So I decided to like share a short clip from my personal podcast at that time, and then I posted on my social media, like my Insta story on Instagram, and then I'm really curious, I really want to know how people are gonna react with that. And then unexpected thing happened, like a lot of my friends just like really excited to listen to the new thing, like what I mentioned, because I'm putting on my social media with the subtitle, with Indonesian subtitle, and they're like, wow, your English is good. I'm like, wow, how could you do that? Like this, like that. Like, it's just not an expectation. I thought they would be mocking at me, like, oh, why do you speak English? Like, or I thought they would be like that, or my teacher would be saying something like this, like that, or maybe correcting my grammar, so on. But they all supporting me, so I didn't find any like comment, not negative comment from my people, from my friends so far. So yeah, this is not my expectation at all. So after I post that, and they're giving me suggestion, hey, just share with us, it's okay, dude, don't be afraid, don't be shy, it's okay. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna share that. So I decided to like make a podcast for the first time, like on publicly. So I shared it to my friends for the first episode on Random Talks on this episode. So I posted on my social media with my guest Kadina, like she's the first guest ever. And I told her on Free Photo at the time when we met, like I told her I had a podcast, but I didn't say that I had like private podcast, but I never really mentioned to people that. So like she's the first time person that I told her. So yeah, and then I decided to invite her to my podcast. So and she was like, she's so happy with that. She was so happy, and I was like, okay, I'm going to decide to make it and like till second episode, third episode, and until now. So it's still like continue until now. So yeah, I think just like that, the journey.
Wow. That's
Wow.
so
Wow.
amazing, right?
Wow. Oh my god. Now the listener know the background of your making this podcast. Amazing.
Yeah, because I never really making this one. I never really told people basically. So yeah, this is like maybe the first time. Yeah, I share about how did I make this podcast.
Okay, now you know, listener.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is also because of both of you, right? Thank you so much for asking that. And then yeah, for sharing.
Yeah, is it related, right, to the topic, like going out to the comfort zone and stuff?
Yes, it's
Right.
very related. Yeah, so
It's
that's why.
very related. Like, there's a lot of things that Era has to face during creating the podcast, like people
Mm-hmm.
opinion and time in preparing for the podcast, preparing for the question, editing the video, post it on the social media, overthinking, and the fact that Era accepting that the things that she would pass through in her journey. And by accepting things like that, she really entering a new journey of her life, her the podcast. And voila, the podcast is really nice. It's very spicy. It's educating, and
Wow.
people are really
Applause.
enjoying to listen to your podcast, Era.
No, I know what I didn't expect that. Like, hey, people would be listening. Like, how much people would be listening? How many people would be listening to my podcast? I don't care about that because I know maybe at first, like very first episode I upload, maybe just one person would be listening, two-person. I'm fine with that. So the way just like I started off just accepting the thing that would be happening. Like at first, okay, it's okay to just get one subscriber, two subscriber, but as the time goes by, if I continuously uploading and like inviting people, promoting to people, I think it will be bigger. But I don't want to like making like a major, expectation for that because I would be feel how can I say like disappointed with that. But rather than making a lot of expectation, I think just like keep going it and just doing it every single time that you had a chance to talk to people, just talking about the stuff that they really wanted to discuss. So I think that's like that.
Wow. Wow, I really, really learned so much from you guys actually.
I think like from the first time we met, we share a lot of things.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I really love like the way you deliver your thoughts, especially Kam Mike and also Khalif. You both are really incredible. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I would be regret if I didn't inviting you, if I didn't mention my podcast to
Oh
you,
my
like,
god.
and then we
That's
totally
too
lost
much.
contact. Oh my gosh.
I'm shy.
And
No, oh my
yes, I'm so
god, yeah.
grateful that this podcast will just happen because of Era. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
very, very
Yeah.
grateful that you inviting me here. I'm so excited to talk. Like Mike, it's love to bachot.
Oh my It's like facilitating your urge to keep talking in a positive way.
Yes. Like last time we discussing about gender equality and it's like a very heavy topic, and right now we're talking about the getting out from the comfort zone. Like we actually keep trying to talking about sophisticated talk and
Mm.
like when we just talking about it, we start to do reset, and then we are researching about exploring new things, and we got new information, and then we're delivering new information to air I random talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget the improving English, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not to
Because we
mention,
yeah.
both we
right?
are still learning,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
guys, don't forget to improve your English. Like, right now, English is not like, oh, I choose English as my subject. No, it's a must. Like, you will easy to get a job if you're able to speak, if you're able to reply in English.
Yo,
You
listen
will have
to
like a high salary.
Wow.
listen to the mic dad. Dad mic.
Yes,
He sounds like my
Wow.
dad.
you will get like a lot of limitation if you are can speak English at all. So, how can you make money without English?
Oh.
Okay. Listen
Okay.
to your
Wow.
dad.
Okay. So I had like one question left before we wrap up our episode for today. So I would like to ask you guys, do you have any final message for people? And maybe anything that relate to our topic today? Anything you would like to share for the final message for the listener?
Okay, for me, for getting out from the comfort zone are very difficult. Some people are overthinking about the result, they feel scared to be failed. For me, there's no word of fail. It is not the time. It is not the time you get it. If you do it better, I guess in the next time, I guess there's a chance that you will get it. Don't be FOMO, yeah? Don't be FOMO. Like each of us, we got the own time in our journey. So just keep going, getting out from your comfort zone, trying new things, and don't be scared of people judgmental opinion. Like, I do believe that finding supportive society, finding supportive community will help you for getting more developing yourself, getting more better every day. They keep you giving you a supportive message. So you will actually being encouraged for doing more good things in your life. Yeah, I know that getting out from the comfort zone is difficult. Like, it's very discomfort as its name, discomfort zone. It's difficult. It's difficult to accept things that you want. It's very difficult to accepting the consequences. Yes, but what you have to do is starting from the small thing that you can easily to do, and you can do it consistently for getting your dream. So when you actually getting accustomed, getting adjust with the new habit that you created for getting a new goals, yes, I do believe that your progress will be significant and that you will easily get your dream. And yeah, actually being in the comfort zone is okay at all costs. It's you don't have to be guilty if you're not productive at the day. Yeah, it's okay to watching movie. It's okay to be lazy, but you have to understand the portion of the day. You have to understand the needs of your time, what you need to do. I do believe like it's okay to be lazy sometimes, but the portion that's the thing that you need to concern about. So don't be scared to to be in the comfort zone. Sometimes you also need to take a rest. I mean like I guess you all the people who listen understand about like the toxic productivity, right? So being the comfort zone it's okay, but the portion it's important. So that's all, Ira, I could say to the listener.
Okay, thank you so much, Kamek. That's very wonderful final message for the people to live in for the podcast today. Thank you so much, Kamek. Okay, I would like to hear from Khalif. No. Hello? Yes, Khalif.
All right, listener. There will be always the first time in anything. Like, remember when the first time you got into new school? Everything's new. You fear of the unknown. You fear of your friends. You fear about how could you make a friend. You fear about how your teacher going to teach you. If you're afraid if you could do the best till the rest. Well, same as that, but look at you right now. You eventually living on to your school life without any problem, right? Maybe there's little problem, yes, I know, but you eventually get adapted to those discomfort that you were feel at first time. So there will always be first time at anything, and it will be uncomfortable, I know, but um, since and every day and every second we keep doing it, keep doing the discomfort, it will create the new sense of comfort. So it's about the expanding your comfort zone. So imagine the first time you entering, like the first time we talking to stranger, is it like scary enough for us, right? And then we keep talking to stranger, and then it becomes like our habit, it becomes our hobby. And then I think like every successful person out there, everyone have a single step, like initial step in the first time. Everyone did that. Every successful person. So, what makes them successful? I'm sorry. What makes them successful is when they try to expand their comfort zone to the maximum level to maximize their potential. So that's why they become so successful. So they all can do that. Why can't you do the same? So yeah, as Mike says, take it from the small steps, taking, try to look every potential in your life, in your daily life, and keep explore things. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right, that again is very amazing, like close statement from Khalif. It was very amazing. Thank you so much, Khalif. Okay, for both of you, for Mike and also Khalif, thank you again. Thank you so much for joining me on this insightful discussion. I'm truly blessed that I could invite you to my podcast today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you for inviting us. I hope that it's our first time, so maybe there's a lot of mistakes and the difficulties to speaking. But yeah, I'm so glad that you were inviting us to this podcast, especially with Mike. I mean, Mike, having Mike in in the same room is kind of like living up. I feel like I'm less nervous because Mike was here actually.
Oh, thank you, Lipa. Yeah, I also feel like very comfort to talk to you. It doesn't mean it then I love to being in the comfort zone, right? But thank you again, Ira, for inviting us, me, Mike, and Alida for your podcast. I hope that your podcast could grow and grow and grow and getting bigger and having a bigger audience. And I hope that each of us will get the benefit for this podcast, either Ira, Oliva, and the listener. And yes, I hope this podcast will help people that and motivate people for getting out from their comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. All right. So yeah, now I'd like to tell to the listeners today that thank you guys for listening to this podcast until the end, for the episode until the end. And again, I would like to remind for all of you guys who are listening to this podcast, remember that stepping out of your comfort zone is the first step towards growth and fulfillment in your life. So that's all for today's episode of Adam Talks. Yeah, if you guys enjoy our conversation, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review and a comment below. And we are truly appreciate your feedback and support. Yeah, so for the Arnhem listeners, stay curious, embrace discomfort, and believe in your potential to conquer any challenges in your life. Yeah, this is Ira. I'm signing off. See you in the next episode. Bye, precious people. Yeah, bye, Mike and Khalif. Thank you.